This is the video review for Transformers Beast Wars 10th Anniversary Megatron. He was, in the United States, an exclusive to Toys R Us in a 2-pack with Optimus Primal, the original one. They were both the original figures, not any of the Transmetals. Beast Wars, just in case some of you don't know, was the series that was the second actual series that got a TV show. G2, Generation 2 had episodes, but it was not really new episodes. Like, if you look up Generation 2 episodes online, it's just G1 episodes that with a different frame around it. You know, that may be, you know, G2 was just re-released in a little bit different G1. So that it did not necessarily get a TV series. Beast Wars was in 1996, was when the TV show came out in the United States. Best series, I believe, by far, with animated. Animated is tied for best with Beast Wars, and they both have got 3 seasons. Beast Wars, once it ended, it led into that horrible toy line series that people know as Beast Machines, but Beast Machines was not all that bad of a series, just carried awful toys. Look up some of the toy reviews. If you do not know now, you'll understand. But this was one of the more Beast Wars figures that I believe they put a lot of time and effort, and it completely came out as a success. This is the same mold as the original 1996 release, but in the 10th anniversary, all the details on Megatron were there in the original one, but they were colored black. Completely black. And this one makes every bit and detail, you know, that was in the show that he had different colored, and it makes him look a lot better. I only have 2 tiny complaints in this mode. The hip pieces don't line up correctly. I know it's not just on mine, because I've seen the same problem with a lot of people's. And the arms, one's loose, that's just mine. They aren't in the same position. Like, this one is out less and then down, and this one's out completely and not down at all. So it's like they didn't design the arms the same. So he does have the gimmick where, you know, if you put water into him by pulling down this, if you put water into him there and open up his mouth, he'll shoot water, so he'll be like spitting on you. I don't find that to be the best gimmick, so I don't put water in there, because if I did, I'd probably forget about it. 4 years later, it'd be sitting in a piece of plastic for 4 years. I don't like that. So to transform him, what you want to do is fold those down, fold the arms back, fold that down, and then just come in here and unpeg the sides and fold those back up just to get out of the way. Fold the head up, then flip that piece back. Take the entire chest section and fold it down. There's a few tabs on Megatron and a few on the actual back area. You want to have all of them tabbed in. I just like to grab that and fold it down instead of folding it, you know, like the way that with the spring loaded and all that. I don't like to do that. Take the feet, turn them and fold them around. Do the same thing with this one. Fold out his heels. And there you have Transformers Beast Wars 10th Anniversary Megatron in his robot mode. Pretty cool figure. I do kind of wish he had an actual hand. He does not have a single hand. One piece is his tail blaster that he had. He used one or 2 episodes. He used the tail as a blaster. The rest of the time, he used the actual dino head. And one other thing I find weird, in they didn't do this in the later episodes, I believe, but when he was in this form, when he was in robot mode and he had and his dinosaur head is one of his actual hands. The dinosaur head was had his eyes open, was looking around. So that means he had an actual living dinosaur on him. I can understand that from the one episode where they reverted back to their when they were in beast mode for too long and they reverted back to the primal state. I can understand where that would come into play there, but actually having a real dinosaur when you just scanned the form for an alternate form, I don't think that really should have fit into play. But like I said in the beginning, every single bit that was colored completely black has been outlined in a different color, mostly silver, but everything else is in that pinkish color he was. See, everything on this chest here and on the legs was completely black. All the details were not outlined. The details were there, but they just weren't outlined. So I'm glad Hasbro went ahead and did that. They got rid of his stupid, teeth showing, dumb looking face that all the Beast Wars figures had. Even the Maximals kind of looked evil and yet stupid with those faces. But they gave him, his traditional smirk. He has a little tiny Predacon symbol on his head there. Nice, very nice head design, very show accurate. Articulation-wise, his waist can rotate 360, as I'm sure you've seen throughout the review, because it's a little loose. Head can rotate 360, it just gets hindered a lot, and it can go forward and back. Arms have the capability to rotate 360, but they get hindered. Can go in and out. No elbow on either of them. Well, okay, actually, yeah, there is an elbow on this one. It's just kind of difficult with how the arm is set up. Legs can go forward and back, side to side, bend at the knee, and the feet can rotate. Yeah, so there you have Megatron. My only real problem with this is, the spring-loaded gimmick. I wish that could have just been the handpiece, and when you transform it, you just flip that around. I don't like the spring-loaded gimmick part that he has to fold it all the way down. That just looks really stupid, and it was not really part of the show. The only other bad thing I had is they kind of should have done something with his dinosaur thigh kibble. So basically, he's kind of like the Masterpiece Starscream mold when he has the hip kibble. See Skywarp over there with his hip kibble. Overall, one of the best Beast Wars 10th anniversary figures that was released, and probably one of the two best figures I have in my entire Beast Wars collection, which 90% of my Beast Wars collection is all 10th anniversary, because I really had only gotten one or two figures, and then 10th anniversary came out. So I'm going to be trying to pick up the Transmetal Optimus and the Transmetal 2 Optimal Optimus, the Megatron, the Transmetal Megatron, and then the Transmetal 2 Megatron. I do have knockoffs of the Optimal Optimus and the Transmetal 2 Megatron with, the dragon, but they are badly designed and look the same but different, bad figures. Optimal Optimus broke. So, there you have him. Beast Wars 10th Anniversary Megatron!